So I needed to make a video on this, and I think it's important for me to make this video in desperation to whoever can look at these videos. Um, I am being stalked 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, nonstop. Even though that I find time sometimes to make music videos, just random whenever I'm alone in a corner in a library or wherever I am, or on a bus, or you know, in a movie theater. It's to keep my mind, hopefully, a lot of the times, a lot with the reality of the abuse that I'm having to deal with and having to endure because the police officers are very corrupted and law agencies don't want to do anything to help me, and they're allowing it to happen, and they're intentionally allowing it to happen to allow the people do this, to allow them to do this to me. Now, I wanted to make this very clear because they're continuing to shoot me with electronic devices, using poison and various different types of ways to attack me and torture me every single day that I'm alive. And I mean every single day that I'm alive. What they're doing is they're passing the information and the GPS tracking to, and the hidden cameras and recording devices that are watching me in this place and anywhere that I am to several different people, and they're 24 hours a day, 7 days a week monitoring me. And I wouldn't say monitoring because monitoring is something that someone needs. I don't need any monitoring. I'm almost 40 years old, and I'm a cancer patient, and they're poisoning me and doing the most disgusting of things that you can imagine. But I wanted to make this clear that they're shooting me with electronic devices all over my body every morning, every single morning, like clockwork. They shoot an electronic device that shoots into my intestines, and they make me go use the restroom and shit like an animal. And I'm asleep in a shelter, in a hotel, it doesn't matter. I don't know. They have put such a tight restriction on my life that I don't know at this point whether it's being installed into the phone, it's being things that I purchase online and being confiscated at Amazon or wherever it is. But I can tell you this, my phone and every account that I have is hacked into. Every phone call I make is being recorded and being tailed and tracked down to who I'm calling. And what they're doing is they're using an electronic device, mixer, that adjusts the volumes on the phone, and it's real violent and disrupting to any sound that's being produced from the phone itself, so that it's a whiplash, so that when I try to communicate, I'm being restricted and retained like an animal. Because when I try talking, the person will be like, yeah, you can go do that if you want. And when they go there's a really sharp treble pitches that they change in the volumes that prevents me from talking, and it's the way to say, shut up, I told you, shut up. You're gonna sleep with the black. No, you're gay. No. This gay man can tell you who's gonna be the boss. And this is how they treat me, and this is what they're doing to me. I am not kidding that what they're doing to me is feeling like it's causing a lot of mental derangement. And they're doing this to discredit me from talking to any human being that any gets to watch any of these videos. They want to discredit me in any way that they can, because there is teams of people that are trying to justify and reason. Some people had raped my brother and me when we were children and molested us, and they never went to prison, and they're trying to use the Christian organization to get away with this. And the Ken Cooper family is entirely responsible of who these people are fighting for. They are making my life a living hell, tormenting as miserable as they can, dwindling my life in every medical office that I'm going to, every doctor checkup I'm going to. They have been notified and have dispatched all. This is only coming from the gay community. This is not coming from anyone else. This only comes, the bashing, the hate, the stalking, all of it is coming from the transgenders and gay men that are vengefully wanting to come after me. Now, I wanted to make sure because no one understands that of everything that's going on in my life, they're beating the hell out of me with electronic devices. And you don't understand that when I'm walking down the hall, they're telling people, as they're beating me with these electronic devices, they begin to tell people to do certain things to me in order to confine me and train me like an animal, because they know that it's like a whip. It's like somebody hitting me with a whip, like a slave. And they're saying, no, behave, okay. And when the police and I have nowhere to go and no money, and it's very hard for me to spend any money to an attorney's office, let alone if I could find a safe attorney to talk to. I never can, because you don't understand. The minute that I throw my phone away and I go to a phone company, they're tracking me down. I don't know how they're doing it. And they're following me and they're contacting the people inside the phone shops. When they do that, I leave. They already have my either the phone rigged or the phone is being getting ready to be hacked into. I don't know how they do this. I don't know if they get ID numbers. I don't know. I don't know much about computers. This is what they're doing to me. So when I run for my life and I go, they're consistently keeping me on a chains of shackles to keep me tied down, to send any homosexual that wants to come talk about my personal life and being raped as a child, along with my brother being a child, because Miguel Rivera and Diana Rivera had raped and slapped my mother as well. Miguel raped my brother, and what I recall, believe I was so young that I would think I was given oral sex. And this person, I can make another video about it. His wife is the one whenever came over and slapped and knocked out my mother within 3 months of my father's suicide. And she didn't do anything. My father committed suicide on his own. I took in a bunch of pills because a police officer went after him. So I wanted to make sure, because Ken Cooper and Sarah Cooper are retired police officers. Sarah Cooper isn't. I want to make sure, because this is a full-blown homosexual cover-up of what these pigs are doing. It's not me that's bringing it up in my work environments. It's these homosexuals that are coming in this environment. They don't care about a little kid being anally raped. They want to cherish Ken Cooper for allowing it to happen, and Miguel never going to prison for it. And they're trying to use religion and white supremacy to do it. Now, I am not bringing it up. It's these people that keep cycling this information in a joyride, but they're coming after me because I was a victim, and they want to allow them to have a comfortable life. This person would have spent 20 or 30 years in a penitentiary, and this person got away with raping. He did this in front of me. Now, I want to make sure I say this because I don't know how much more time I'm going to be longer alive. I'm almost 40 years old, and I need to make other videos on this, but you don't understand the reality of the situation in my life, because nobody is getting involved to stop these people and give me an explanation to why is it that they're beating me with these electronic devices. And I have traveled all across the United States, even going to Auschwitz, to the Holocaust Museum, to try to value my life and tell people that I should not be exterminated and wasted and tormented and dehumanized of what they're doing to me, much like these people were. And like a worthless dead corpse, they will kill me. They will, over a time, have been making me suffer for so much and making my life a living hell as much as they possibly could, a living nightmare, until my fatal end of death. While I develop cancer, or I have a massive stroke, or something kills me. Natural causes is what they're going to claim. Now keep in mind that they're sending so many people that they're poisoning my food. Right now I feel very sick. I feel like I got bronchitis. I don't ever get sick unless somebody contaminates something that I'm touching or eating. And they do this on purpose. Their police officers will not get involved. Every phone call I make to the crisis line is harassing me. I'm needing somebody to talk to, and all they're doing is threatening me and antagonizing me over the phone. This is all that they're doing over the phone. And they're tracking every person that I talk to, every conversation that I have. They are listening to the conversations, and then when I call the crisis line, or when I call IT department, or when I call wherever it is, They reroute my phone calls to people, and they already know what's going on over the phone calls I'm making and what I'm talking about, and either make threats and taunt me. It's all to make my life as unbearable as it possibly can without actually exterminating me and killing me right away. That is the number one objective of what these people are doing. I am not joking. I am not kidding that this is for real. They are shooting me with an electronic device. I start work every morning, even when I'm sitting down reading a book, or I'm just sitting down playing a video game, bothering doing nothing. They have these electronic devices set up, and they'll shoot me on my leg, and then it makes it twitch. Then they'll shoot me in my crotch, and then I have to like do this. I'm like, stop shooting me, and then they'll start shooting me. And what it does is when they shoot the tissue on my hand, it twitches. It does this. And so they can turn up the amount of wattage that it turns up when they shoot. When they shoot at me, when they shoot these electronic devices, they can turn it up where I don't know how they do it, but they can turn it up where it makes a lot of muscle tissue twitch, or just a little bit, just enough where I can feel it, and it's an adjutant. It's like doing this. And it's like hitting me, they can use a different frequency that, I'm not kidding you, they'll shoot the frequency like this laser beam. There's like 3 or 4, and they can adjust it. You know how like you can get a flashlight and you can turn it and it narrows down the laser beam from a big wide spectrum to now a laser beam that's shooting you like a stabbing feel. This is what they're doing to me. And I'll be laying in this bed, and they'll shoot the other electronic device, and I'm not kidding you, they'll shoot it on my foot, or they'll shoot it on my leg, or they'll shoot it on my body part, and it hurts. Like it's someone hitting me. Like it feels like someone is hitting me. It feels like a ache, like somebody's violently abusing, hitting me like an animal, and I'm doing nothing. So I want to make sure, and I will say this, because there's so many other videos I have to make, and I'm going to continue making them until my fateful day, last day of life, until I end up in a hospital permanently dead. And I will continue, because I have no other choice to do with this, because this is the quality and existence of life that I have. I have come across a lot of people and celebrities that haven't come in contact with me for some reason. I don't know what associations of the President of the United States have signed this, but I don't believe at times that maybe this may be coming from the president. I think this is because coming from someone that is getting away with what they're doing to me, because the police, they're on their payroll and are negotiated with him not to help me, and they're tapping my phone. They're doing these things very technical so that I'm never able to get any authorities to help me and arrest these people or do anything. So I want to make this very clear. The number one objective of these people are doing is to have me wasted and suffer throughout this life, and to eventually maybe even go to prison for the rest of my life, or for a for any kind of period of reason. But the number one objective is not to allow me, while I was alive on this earth, to roam around free like a normal pedestrian and get a job, working with normal people, not have everything exploited. You have to understand that what they're doing to me, looking at this time, a 15-minute video that I'm making, what they're doing to me is they're beating me so bad that I have to surrender every personal information that I can think of and do as they say, and then they use this information against me. You don't understand how violent and how harmful these electronic devices and the tightest amount of cloak niche suffering of what they're doing to me. They're waiting for me at this ski resort to harass me and threaten me about my Frankie and my mother being slapped and raped. And it's Ken Cooper's and Kenneth's supporters. But before I got a few more seconds, please believe me that they're using religion. They're using to sacrifice me. This is a very serious situation. I'm not making this up or crazy.